Sure. I guess it's try.
All right, so informally, hey everybody, and that's going to watch this. My name's Harry, and I'm joined by Nick and Crystal, my good friends, and Matt Sena too. And this is like a conference. We're going to talk to each other about the Zencleanz. So I'm gonna leave you guys to go first. Share a little bit about your background in healing and how you come to the Zencleanz, and I guess why you support and affiliate with them.
Go ahead, guys.
Okay. I guess ladies first.
Yeah.
Well, I have always been into doing the best I can for my body. And it's like always it's a work in progress because we're constantly like learning and finding new things that work. And then when Zencleanz came along, the intestinal cleanse is the one that I've tried. And the stuff that comes out is amazing and gross at the same time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's really helped with food cravings. I've generally been a pretty aware of what I put in my body. But there was still always has been like this craving for like bread in particular. And I mean, I still eat a little bit of bread, like spelt bread, but the cravings aren't there as they once were. So,
yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so the Zencleanz one, which is the foundation. We can talk about all the others in a bit, but that's the one.
Yeah.
That is the
Yep.
one. That is the one. Zencleanz one. And Nick, how's your experience of it?
Okay, well, wow. Yes, it's definitely one of my favorite protocols. I've been looking for a mucoid plaque remover for a long time, and I got into that bentonite clay thing for a while, but it's not nearly as effective. I think you have to do bentonite clay psyllium husk for like a few days at least to get it to work. But the Zencleanz, man, this thing's revolutionary. This is going to take off. I see it already won an award in, I think, Budapest.
Say that again. What was that in
Budapest? Yes, Zencleanz already won an a award.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It won an award in, I think, Budapest.
Right. What kind of award are we talking about? Like a detox
beauty award? It was a beauty award.
A beauty award?
Yeah, a beauty award.
Oh,
for the look of the package, of the design of the website. It does look all beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've looked younger.
I doubt it. I don't know. I think
because it makes you look younger. I mean, I
100%.
feel. I mean, I do so many things, so I don't know.
Yeah.
What it is, but I feel like I'm like looking younger.
Well, yeah. The intestines is like the foundation of youth.
Yeah.
So
I've seen color come back to,
or either it's because
I've just seen color come back to people's skin.
Yes.
Really like a warm sort of color. That's probably the first thing that happens, actually.
Yeah.
That's me.
Good observation, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I've definitely seen
the skin. The skin has like a flora of its own, like the gut flora.
Right.
So definitely that culture would get altered if the enzymes are consuming the bad stuff. I see a lot of people rubbing those enzymes all over their skin too. I mean, maybe that beauty award has something to do with that too. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
Could be. Just gonna mute Keith if that's possible. Yep. Okay, so hi Keith, man. So yeah, thanks Nick.
I'll go ahead and add my 2 cents.
Yeah, and Matt, can you add in? Yeah. So how did you find the Zencleanz? Why did you affiliate with them? What are they about?
Yeah, well, I heard about him through you, so God bless you, brother. I was super into coffee enemas and enemas in general. I could tell they made me feel so much better, and I recently understood more about why it has to do with the bacterial culture. Any undigested food that makes it really far down the track starts producing endotoxin, which is that toxin that Wim Hof got injected with for his little experiment. So it's very toxic. So anyway, enemas were doing great for me, but then I saw the pictures were getting out uh, on their website. I was like, I've never eliminated anything like that with copious numbers of even coffee enemas, which are really stimulating, get the system moving. So it's like, that must be in me. And it was, you know, and what came out of me wasn't stool. It was mucus. It was mucus ropes. And that difference sold me on how clogged we are in general. And I had really probably overstressed myself with all those coffee enemas, and so I came to the conclusion that there's really no way to get this kind of material out of your system without a lot of stress, whether it be extended fasting. I mean, again, I didn't even really get there with the excessive coffee enemas. So to me, that this is approaching the realm of needing it, as opposed to just it's useful or it speeds things up. I don't see us being able to do what this thing can do without it. So that's my spiel.
Very interesting, man. We'll come back to that point you made at the end too. And hi, Keith. If you want to speak up, but everyone that's like a spectator or just comes to join, you can either talk or you can listen, ask questions.
Yeah, I'm glad to speak.
Okay. Tell us your experience of it, brother. And why do you involve yourself? Why have you tried it? What did you experience?
Well, for me, I've been on quite an extensive detox journey, as you already know, and for me, enemas have been powerful. I started out with the coffee enemas, and now I've been doing them with, evolved urine, which is super powerful. And then, and so with the Zencleanz, I've been doing a bunch of things. I had also done various plant medicines like combo, which is, cleanses the body, and I did ayahuasca. And when I did actually do the Zencleanz, I felt like I did after ayahuasca, which was like very present in the moment, very peaceful, just like a different kind of awareness. And I feel that like it was really powerful just for my whole digestion. Like once I did the Zencleanz, it's like my whole digestive process shifted completely. And even if I would, get into eating some food that wasn't necessarily the best thing for my body would get rid of it very quickly after I did the Zencleanz, because it was able to process it through and just like, all right, get out of here. And so yeah, I agree with what Matt was saying, that it's something that with with the amount of toxins that we're exposed to these days from all levels. I found out I was full of heavy metals and parasites when I went to an Ayurvedic doctor. And that's why I wasn't absorbing things to have, where I was having some challenges with my teeth. So they weren't being able to build up my teeth properly because I wasn't absorbing anything with all like same thing. I was taking a bunch of different supplements and herbs, and ultimately it comes down to getting your vessel your vessel cleaned out so you can actually absorb these things and use them. And, so yeah, it's super powerful for me, and I'm looking forward to doing another one and seeing what that does, because I did the intestinal and I did the liver, and those are both super powerful, as you know. And I'm really passionate about helping people to understand the truth about health, so they can start feeling better, so they can start thinking straight, so they can start feeling more balanced in their emotions. And you know, I see it. I saw myself during the cleansing process, you know, or before Zencleanz, where, you know, I would just, it was like I would have a thought like, you shouldn't be eating this right now, Keith. And it's like my body would be just go ahead eating it like it was a robot on autopilot, like disconnected totally from my thoughts. And that has, you know, diminished, and it's just really powerful. I agree. It's something that I really hope just spreads even faster than it's spreading, because it's really going to help so many people to find some balance and some peace.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, Keith. And yeah, I agree with everything all of you said. I've had a similar experience myself. I heard about it from Alexandra Coversons on Facebook. I can't remember how we got in the conversation. This was a few years ago. And it took me maybe a few months after that to buy the box, the Zencleanz one. But I was involved with another supplement company that was really good, and I didn't really want to promote it, I guess, even though I knew it was powerful. So I waited many months. In fact, Matt here involved himself. I think Matt, in a roundabout way, you heard it through my friend who heard about it through my Insta bio.
Right.
And again, yeah, that's a funny story because we don't all work in the same team.
Yeah, I
we
jumped
did-
right on it. I
Yeah,
jumped
so you
right on
jumped-
it when I had my experience. I posted on Facebook and our social media, even like
Yeah.
with a warning. The freaking pictures. I mean, I just absolutely flipped. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
And
was
you
all
took
in.
off of it, and I like it what you done. And then I think Nick and Crystal heard of it from you, and yeah, you guys took off of it. And I think jealousy is the wrong word. I don't operate on that frequency, but I was like, dang, I'm really a bit behind. I need to get round to that box and trying it. So when I did try the Zencleanz one, I was with my ex, and she would do the sachets from me till 9. So she, I guess, like a mother, she was looking after me, and I took it. I don't think she bought one at that point. She's tried it since and loved it. But yeah, I had that my first experience with her, and I mean, she can tell you it, and it just changed me. I went to the poo loads of times on the first day, and people go to the poo sometimes on the second day, not the first day. I was like out 16 hours into the process, just shitting all the time. And people think that's all it is, but actually, if you observe inwardly, you change a lot. Like, I remember feeling very relaxed. My fight or flight was it was so much harder to activate my trauma, so much harder in around people that I didn't know. I just would be so much more relaxed and calm. I loved it. And yeah, I mean, Jesus, it gave me a complete reset. To me, the Zencleanz one gave me like a colon reset. I'd also like, I think Nick and Crystal do I think all of us here do Adrian Enemas. So we are aware there are powerful things for colon cleansing. But feel like for me, the Zencleanz did something different to the colon cleanse that the Age Urine did. And I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed the experience.
Yeah, I think because it the Zencleanz gets up, you know,
Small
'cause
intestine.
the small intestine, because
Right.
enema will only reach so far.
Yeah, I've pushed all the enemas and concoctions to the absolute limits.
I
And
bet you
so-
have. Yeah, I bet Nick has. And Matt's on here too, and Nick's saying that.
Take the title.
My God. We have like 45 different essential oil bottles and blends, and I remember I was making an enema concoction once, and I just brought all the essential oils to the kitchen, and I was just dumping each one in the in the thing. He's like, that was back when we had the booth over. He's like half a bag of oils, and I was like, yeah. Clove and black walnut hull, those kill parasites, right? I'll just use a pound, and I'll make a pound of each, and I'll make a a super concentrated tea.
By the way, that sounds expensive too.
No, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
So and then I mixed it with like 1-year-old urine and just did enemas nonstop, like 5 or 6 in a row. Held them in as long as I could and drank half of it.
Whoa, yeah.
And that doesn't even get the mucoid plaque out.
How interesting. Yeah.
See?
Matt, you've been saying it since the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Nick, for backing me up on that point. Or, I mean, it's the point I think a lot of people are going to end up making. But yeah, I've been saying that. It's just, so, you know, to speak to the benefits of aged urine enemas, You know, I think the liver can discharge directly into the end of the colon, so you can do a lot of work on the liver through enemas. And
True.
you know, if
Yeah.
it just sounds like you're just mechanically cleaning the last 3 feet when you've got 30 feet, that there is some truth to that. But I think enemas are particularly good for the liver. And Zencleanz is showing us how screwed our livers are. People are. There was one girl who is big, a promoter with the company, works with the company
Oh,
directly,
Maddie.
and she
Maddie
was on a
Roberts.
lot of farmers. Yeah, yep.
Maddie.
And I don't want to mess up her story, but it's incredible, and y'all got to hear it from
Share it.
her. She was in a lot of pain from being a ballerina, and she ended up addicted to various pharmaceuticals via the behest of her doctors to deal with really horrible pain. And she did like on the order of like 56 liver cleanses as of like a year ago, and she continued to get more out. So I would continue to do enema work for the sake of the liver. But she was a bad case, and pharmaceuticals in particularly clog the liver. So
Yeah. You bring up a good point,
56
Matt.
is a ton. It's a ton. No kidding. So
Do you know what?
the liver
It is
big
important, the
deal.
liver, but what I was going to say is, do you want to carry on, guys, touching base a little bit with the small intestines? Because I know the small is separate to the large. You've got the appendix, right? And then you've got the large colon. You guys saying that, I didn't actually know this. You're saying the small intestines gets cleansed too. Because it's like you get the appendix and that thing.
Yeah.
and
Well, the enema usually can only make it to the descending colon easily. You could get it to the transverse, which runs across it. So it ascends from your bum hole up about a foot, and that's the descending. And you really only usually get the enema in right there. But if you do like colonics, or you put in a lot of fluid in there and or move around, you can get it to the transverse, which is where it goes laterally or horizontally across. And then I don't think enemas really make it to the
ascending, I guess.
ascending usually. And that's only, so an enema is going to get 1 or 2 feet, maybe 3 feet max. You can't even get past that valve at 3 feet, even if you do get 3 feet. And your intestines are a total of 26 feet long. So enemas are only directly addressing 3 feet maximum out of the 26 feet.
Do you know what? That's a really good point. And I want to emphasize this because, yes, the whole colon gets blocked up. Like if there's food going from the small to the large and it has to go from the ascending, like even that bit before the ascending all the way through, you have to cleanse the whole. So with enemas, you can substantially clear out a certain area, substantially, even if you do them regularly. But the others might get touched, like from what we're saying. Unless it's
enemas will go through the liver through the portal veins. That's what's processing the liquid in the before you pass a bowel movement. It goes right back to the liver. So again, I think the main fit beyond the initial clearing. So yeah, it's really not going to clean the intestines. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add? Because I've got another thing that I want to cover.
Yeah, well, I kind of wanted to add earlier too. I tried doing, because CMOS is like a real gel like that, the product is in Zencleanz. So I ordered like how many pounds was that? 25 pounds of CMOS from St. Lucia, and it's a big box. And I was eating 2 or 3 full Vitamix blenders full of just straight CMOS, and sometimes I'd mix bladderwrack and burdock and a bunch of other herbs, just chugging them down because I really wanted to clean the small intestine out. This is how much I really want this cleaned out. This is causing me a lot of suffering daily. But I would do that. Yeah, that kind of works. You get little slimy mucus strands out, and but it you're scraping like 5 or 10% of it out, and it's a lot of work. It costs a lot, and it doesn't have the super live enzymes to break that layer fully off. And your gas stinks for like the whole week you're doing it.
Mm.
Whereas Zencleanz is 1 day. I mean, you're paying for the 1 day convenience, which people need that convenience these days.
I just had to interrupt you
Mhm.
to say that when I did my Zencleanz, I know my partner said, and I remember my farts were really stinky on the day, on the, like really super toxic. But because everything bad that's inside you has to
Sulfur.
come out, right?
Yeah, I think it's like sulfur or something.
Hmm.
I don't know exactly. All we know is that this helped us. We know that for sure.
You know, it releases the plaque because it's entering the bloodstream in part. You know, it's getting on both sides of the plaque that's on the inside of the wall of the intestines. If
Right.
it's just moving through the intestines like normal digestive enzymes, you're not getting on both sides of the plaque. So it's not freeing the plaque from the side of the intestine nearly as easily as a quote systemic enzyme, which the Zencleanz enzymes are, and that's like why all the 3-year fermentation, and it's extra bioavailable. You know, bioavailability is the next great frontier in medicine, 100%
Yeah.
for sure. And that's what you know, this technique does. And it just goes deeper and it releases it all in like a big chunk. So like, you know, all the plaque comes out as a big chunk, more or less, as opposed to like it's all digested, you know, and like loose. It just sloughs off from the side of the intestines. It's incredible. But yeah, and it's only able to happen because it gets into the bloodstream and gets on the other side of the wall of the intestine. See, yeah.
Do you know what, Matt? That's a great point. I love the fact you said this to me before, and it's true. Like, it's systemic. So, like, when you're attacking something that's stuck, not just from one side, traditionally, but you go from the top, the bottom, the left, the right side of it, is that what you're saying? Then it becomes systemic. And then, of course, it's like scrapes it off easily. Whereas with other techniques and things we use, it's a bit more of a struggle because you're coming in from one angle. If you tack it 360, it has no choice but to be swept out.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I think the proof for that is that Zencleanz says that their enzymes are systemic, and that means that it enters the bloodstream. That's what they've said specifically. So if it's entering the bloodstream, it's going 360. It's still targeting the organ system, which the products clearly do. You just took the lung one recently, right? And you started coughing it up. Isn't that cool?
Well, I mean, I felt like coughing. I can stop the cough, so it's not like a severe, like a toxic cough. But yeah, I mean, the feeling of coughing tells me, basically, I feel the lungs when I feel that my lungs for the first time. It's the only organ I feel when I take the lung one, so I already know it's doing something.
That's my point. Is like they're clearly able to get it organ specific. I have no idea how they do that. Isn't that amazing?
Jeez, that transitions me nice to my next question for you guys. So the power of this basically is enzymes. So enzymes is a good focus. But like for Zencleanz, what they claim and they do is it's a process of like a few years old enzymes from like many different organic fruits and vegetables. Because I'm just going to put that as a question to you guys, because a lot of people say that they think they can make them themselves. So I guess if you could answer me why people can't replicate this system just as a willy-nilly or a keen builder and wants to try them, what's the issue, do you think, with what do you think this process involves? Is it easy to do for yourself? For the same power I'm talking about, like.
Yeah, I'd love to rant a little bit, but I won't try to say it all. I mean, this is a thousands of years old monastery tradition that uses a ton of ingredients in a specific and studied way. So you would have to know the magic of their food combining, you see? And then you would have to know the way that they ferment it for 3 years. And, you know, I think it took thousands of years in monk level intelligence to figure this out, because that's where it came from.
Yeah, I was hoping somebody would touch on the history of the recipe. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and don't they have like some sort of music or chanting playing into it as
Correct.
it's fermenting as
we
well?
have to add a few extra things. Yeah, true. So it's the process and then the high vibration chanting and quantum, if you want to call it like that, the vibration of that hits in the enzymes. And is it on a loudspeaker? It's on a loudspeaker in the factory.
It's on a loudspeaker. Yep. Yeah. Sutras playing 24/7 over the vats. Yes.
Probably like cleansing sutras too, or something specific to like break away from your protection layer or mucoid plaque. I don't know.
I mean, even parasite demon cleansing, huh, guys? Because if parasites are in the mucoid plaque,
Yeah.
100%. There's so many. By the way, that's another subject we can talk
Yes.
about at some point. Parasites and Zencleanz. You
Well,
remove a huge amount of parasites when you do this.
I agree. You know, I think a lot of parasites
Yep.
are actually very microscopic too. You know, there's the big ones that are
Yep,
epic to see.
Yep,
You know, but
75%.
75%.
are microscopic.
Yeah, 75% are microscopic.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. See. Thank you for that figure. That's a huge deal. So
Yeah.
you're eliminating parasites if you're cleaning the terrain. That's the claim.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah,
See,
and
yeah.
you're not just taking them out.
Mhm.
You're taking the environment out, which is
Yeah.
like primary, because you take them out, you know, they'll find another home. You take their home out, where are they gonna live?
Yeah, exactly. And I know you guys are on the same level as me. Like parasites are always something that we focus with detox. And for being honest, many people that don't focus on detox have almost guaranteed way more parasites than us. But I also believe that even us have some level of parasites, just as the same, by the way, that we all grow cancer in our body every day. It's just the levels of this that are much different in people that take care of their health. So yeah, if we're saying something can remove parasites, really fast, because parasites tend to reside. And by the way, what you said got as well with the small intestine. So parasites are easier to get rid of in the colon, and they're a bit more of a struggle for people to get rid out of the small intestine. They like to hide in the small intestine, for some reason. And I guess
Yeah,
the Zencleanz would really take care of them.
yeah, that's got to be like the safest place for them. You know, if the small intestine's 23 feet long, they just go halfway in, 10 feet in. I mean, they're really in there then.
Right. And also they don't want to exit the body through the bum hole, which is how we kill them. So they want to get as far away from that exit hole as possible, right? Which isn't good news for
Yep.
the Enemas. It's not good news for the Enemas, you know, but it's good for the Zencleanz.
Yeah.
We also
What
don't want
about-
to kill enzymes in the body. If we kill enzymes in the body, or sorry, kill parasites in the body, they're full of heavy metals. They decompose, they re-release all those heavy metals. So, you know, first step to keep the parasites out of you is be free of heavy metals, because they love to eat and breed on that stuff. And but yeah, you know, ivermectin, for example, is neurotoxic, antibiotic, and it kills the parasites in your body without even like killing the adults. So that's extremely toxic all the way around. But people get temporary relief because they kill some parasites, and it's also like a GABA agonist, like opiates and alcohol. So there's all kinds of things dangerous about ivermectin, and we need other parasite methods besides that. So the two that come to mind right off the bat are Zencleanz and turpentine, actually.
Nice. Well, I agree with those two, definitely. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it really is like the number one, because what we're all finding is parasites cause everything. And this removes the environment of the parasite without, like what he said, having them dump their chemicals and metals. It kind of just removes them. And the intestines are the seat of your health. So it's just like number one, intestinal health.
Yeah, it really is. Has anyone here tried the daily enzymes? I know the dailies are part of the packs, but has anyone on the dailies? I was meant to get them and I forgot. I'm going to get round to getting dailies.
Yeah,
just
not
haven't.
separate from the kit. Yeah.
Santo
Yeah.
had it.
Yeah,
Like,
and what was his experience with the dailies? Did he enjoy them?
Yeah, I think he liked it. He still takes all the black vacuum and some other products. Yeah, they're all good. They're definitely all good.
Is he trying to get rid of undigested fat in particular with the black vacuum?
Ooh, I don't know. I think he just ordered everything they had because it's good. It's worth it.
Yeah, totally. Now I'm finding that like a lot of fat doesn't get digested. Although I'm pro saturated fat and cholesterol for hormone production. It's just, you know, literally we don't have the digestive juices to deal with how much we put in our bodies, clearly.
No, we don't. And Matt, just to
Right,
add to
yeah.
what you said, one of the things that it's a story I've got in my head, but it's the truth that, like, so say you've been on a raw food diet for 10 years and you're vegan, raw food, amazing. You only eat fruits. Well, guess what? Your fruits that you're eating only have the enzymes to cover your ass for the foods that you're currently eating. So like
Yeah.
God has designed it like an orange has the fruit enzymes to cover your ass to break down your orange. What about the mucoid black prior from your amazing 10-year journey? In other words, you can't dig deep with a raw fruit diet in terms of mucoid plaque. You can do many other amazing films and it'll keep you high vibe. So
Oh.
we need solutions like this to dig deep into the stuff where the daily raw food diet won't break down.
I mean, urine
Right.
is high in enzymes, thank God, but not even our fruit is high in enzymes anymore because they irradiate that stuff. And literally the whole point of irradiation of food is to kill the enzymes in it so it doesn't go bad on the shelf, because the enzymes would eat the food, basically start the digestion process. And that's called ripening, you know, and it just doesn't happen anymore because they killed the enzymes. So it's like it's just
And
we're
that's a
out
good
of
money business for them, isn't it, Matt? Like that's a good.
Well, I mean,
smart
yeah,
model.
yeah. It's just you know they don't have to throw away a ton of food. Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
They can ship it around the world, you know, do
And
something totally unnatural like that.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, you going to say something, Nick? Crystal?
yeah, even if you know we have been eating good for 3, 4, 5, 10,
Yeah.
must be cutting out a little. Even if we have been eating real clean for 10, 15 years, and is it coming through?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If we got a vaccine, I think as soon as you get a vaccine, your system, especially as a baby, it starts secreting mucus over those delicate tissues to stop that, you know, aluminum, whichever it is, from absorbing. So I think we get the mucoid plaque right away, sometimes even prenatal.
Wow. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Does make sense. And each vaccine you get is just adding a layer upon layer upon layer. They've got new vaccines for this thing going on. So it's endless, isn't it?
I mean, so much of the health
Mhm.
problems are our body overreacting to a stress, and then the reaction to the stress becomes stressful in turn. You see that happen chemically, but there's a very physical example that Nick brought up, and there's plenty of other versions of exactly that process where the body's hurting itself trying to protect itself. 100%.
What about like the amount of mucoid plaque? Was it Arnold Ehret and Bernard Jensen, the iridology guy? I think they both wrote about how much mucoid plaque they got out. It must have been 20, 30, 40 years ago. And some people would have up to 40 feet of mucoid plaque and 40 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, Elvis was one. They studied his on autopsy, and he had 40 pounds.
Whoa.
Just
That's
in his
insane.
intestine.
It reminds me of the stories of people that are very thin and were saying on Zencleanz they're still shitting out mucoid plaque. And how's it possible for things to hide in my body like 10 Zencleanzes in on number 10? But apparently the body's amazing at hiding things or things getting stuck in your colon or your small intestine. Like,
I think we can speed up the
amazing.
process. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just really want to say this. I think we can speed up the process by generally improving metabolic health through like directly addressing mitochondrial health and structured water, because just as the sutras give the body the energy and the affirmation that I am safe to let go of this, that's part of the process. You need to feel safe to let go of this, what has been functioning as a protection of your intestines. It seems like there's a huge emotional component to the results you get. And other than that, I do a bunch of belly massages during the thing that helps to get more out as well.
Oh yeah, you reminded me too, Matt, on that. Yeah, the massages are, I mean, you'll still get results with Zencleanz, even if you don't follow the rules exactly. Not that I'm encouraging people not to, but yeah, if you do the massages like it says on the instructions, when you got the protocol, it does help it.
Yeah, I had a great idea to use those massage guns on the intestines during the period.
Yeah.
Or you could do it during the whole day of cleansing. That gun, just jam it in there and have it rattle loose. That.
Smart.
Does that make you feel comfortable to release? I mean,
yeah.
I'm torn between the aggression and the zen.
All right.
Hey, do you know what?
Well, that's an idea for someone out there, I guess.
Is
Mhm.
everyone happy with just doing
Yeah,
one
and like
Zoom?
going with the emotional.
Oh, is everyone happy to do one Zoom? Because it's coming up to
Yeah,
2.5
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, that's
Are we-
fine.
That is. Okay, so anyone wants to say a last bit on the... Sorry to interrupt you, Crystal. If anyone wants to say anything last quickly, they can. We're going to do these every bi-monthly, by the way, for anyone watching now or in the future. No. Oh, can you give your codes,
Yeah, and
please?
just like the whole.
Codes, please, well.
Oh yeah. What is our code?
I don't know.
We'll have to put it in our bio. Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it below the
I think
video.
it's Nick Crystal.
Nick Crystal. Okay, that's on
I
the
think our code is
Zencleanz.com.
Nick
Go
Crystal,
check out
yeah.
Nick Crystal. And you get a 5% off with you, I think. I think that's correct.
Yeah, I think it'd be good if we share our discount codes because those work as links as well, even if people don't use our links. So
It's always good to verbally
never-
tell
Right.
people as well as that. Yeah.
yeah.
exactly.
All right.
Yeah,
So like
that's
my discount code is Sena, but cheers to everybody. Let's share the
Sena.
wealth.
Got you.
Yeah.
Mine is Healthy Keith.
Healthy Keith, one word. I'm
One
Mr.
word.
Healthy Harry, one word. We've all branded here. That's good. That's cool. So yeah, thanks
Okay.
everyone for joining. This was the first ever bi-monthly. And if everyone's happy, we'll do this bi-monthly. We'll do it every 2 weeks, and you can
Yeah.
invite people. We're going to get Maddie and we'll get Daniel on if they're up for it. We'll see.
Okay.
Cool.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Harry.
tuning in. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Keith, man.
Bye.